What's going on? Uh, I was not sure whether I was going to talk about this in a video or a live stream. It's still all a work in progress, so to speak, right? But I'm here. I'm gonna wait for y'all to get in here. All right. Let's see. All right. So it sounds good, okay? Because the numbers is looking crazy because it went down. What's going on, y'all? I know it's been well over a week before I went live. I want to start going live a little bit more. Uh, a little bit more. But the thing is topics. And as I tell y'all, you got to make sure that y'all are sending me topics. There's a lot of the good topics y'all see me do. I found those topics. They weren't sent to me. Some topics have been out there for 2-3 days. And I'm like, why nobody sent me this? They sending me TikTok videos of heifers talking about, regurgitating talking points they done heard from a man. You know what I'm saying? But regurgitated talking points. But salute to everybody that's here. Make sure that y'all like the stream if you haven't. Also, make sure y'all follow me on the socials, right? To make sure y'all are notified when I post videos and go live, because I know y'all say that YouTube doesn't let y'all know when I'm live. Let's see. Hold on. So let me just switch some stuff around. So yeah, man, there's a lot going on, man. Have y'all heard of? I didn't want to make a video, but have y'all heard about? No. Let me get into this first. On my Patreon, I posted a video about a YouTuber by the name of Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. And I spoke about the issues he's having and why there are dating coaches that were opposed to a vacation trip, right? YouTubers go on vacations all the time. I don't see why it was a big deal, but apparently they probably feel like he is telling men to become passport bros. I don't know if that's what it is. I just think that men should be allowed to experience something outside of America, because America has a lot of issues when it comes to peer to peer. Peer to peer. Us, especially in America, we have a lot of issues with each other because for the last 20, almost 30 years, we've been taught to hate each other. So when you go overseas and you see, how much different people are treated, or how differently people go to individual places and they see how differently, they're treated. Of course they're going to be, ecstatic about it. They're going to tell everybody. I don't think that's a bad thing. Why is that being demonized? You know, shouldn't we as men want what's best for all men? At least that's what when I started making content, I thought it was about men helping each other. That's why the red pill philosophy is very important. It's funny, people will start with the philosophy, and then once they've built themselves up, now they want to push away from it. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand this shit. Or they want to talk down to other men because of their choices. What are we doing here? There are things I disagree with people with, but it's not to that point. But be that as it may, if you want to see that video, make sure you go and check it out. There's a lot going on in the world, right? I was gonna do a live stream about blacks versus Asians. and how you have the Asians talking crazy. What's good, David? I see you. Yeah, it has been a while. I was wondering where you was at. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and shout some of these people out in here. XL Pro, Kevin from Brooklyn, the Revelator, Miss Tangy. Shout out to y'all for being members, Revelator and Miss Tangy. Your boy Malik Coleman. Let's talk about it, shall we? The Bull Tone, David, what's good? I may still do a live stream on that because I think it's fascinating how you have a group of people and Asians who make predominantly the majority of their money in this country from black people act the way that they do. But see, that's the thing. It's all about what you're taught. You're taught to have disdain towards people who really are not fighting you. They're not getting into it with you. But that's what biases does. But I just see it, but you notice how nervous they're getting when black people start boycotting their businesses because they rely on black people. You can talk all the shit you want, but when you rely on black people, you have to understand, respect. And I wish black people in this country had more respect for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, you got non-black Americans who come here and they want to side with these Asians and their disdain towards black people. I think it makes y'all look bad because at the end of the day, they're going to see you just like they see black Americans. I don't understand you're taking that stance. You know what I'm saying? But, I don't know. Yeah, because see, maybe because I'm not consistently going live. That's what I want to try to do more of. Go consistently live. But like I said, I got to have good topics. Like this one, you have a married woman who posted a video of herself with a busted up face, and she's getting caught lying. Apparently, she may have kidnapped her daughter from her daughter's father, who gained custody, and the fact that the law enforcement are not going after this woman, but and now she's trying to get Big Tigger caught up. It's crazy. The things that these women can get away with. But yeah, I was going to go live and address these Asians. Let Asians know if you don't understand, we patronize your businesses. You don't see Arabs and Indians talking crazy to us, do you? Because they understand we are their economy. You Asians get on here and talk crazy because you have no respect for black people and you hate the fact that you have to rely on black people. And y'all love talking crazy anyway. Why don't you go back and go at those governments y'all claim y'all hate? You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all over here, because you hated the governments that are in power now in your home countries. Even though, by the way, your home countries are doing very well, by the way, without you, right? That's funny. You don't go to these Asian countries and start successful businesses. You have to come over here. Slim South was good. So yeah, I don't understand you hate you Asians talking crazy to black people. You need us. Like, I don't get this. Be that as it may, there's a lot going on. Have y'all heard the Shannon Sharp gay rumors? You know what I'm saying? You know what? Wherever there's smoke, there's fire. And it had been a while since we addressed anything about Shannon Sharp and any type of gay rumors. But it's resurfaced due to a guy that he hired who got caught literally spread eagle. And it's amazing what these men will do for an opportunity. These will be men who are in the gym. These are the men that women claim they want, right? These men got whole girlfriends and wives, but they're spreading it open for other men for opportunities. And y'all wonder why, society is so mixed up. You know what I'm saying? These guys are out here spreading eagle, doing whatever it takes to get opportunities while they have a whole girlfriend at home. That is insane, right? That is insane, but that's what's going on today. These are the males of today. And this is why they hate the red pill philosophy. They hate the red pill philosophy because we call out this behavior, and we've been warning y'all that these men were going weak and soft and effeminate, and nobody wanted to hear it. But that's just the reality. What's up, Nick the Magnificent? Shannon probably thought, salute to Nick the Magnificent with the 100 that he sent. What is it? He sent, like, what does it say? Gifted 100 times 3 jewels. So shout out to you. I know y'all like to send I think they call it, is it the gifts that y'all send? Y'all send the gifts instead of the super, y'all send the gifts. You know what I'm saying? Nick, you got 2 pages? Because one, you're a member, and the other one you aren't. So, what's good, Sigma Kenny? I bet you Shannon Sharp thought that because, he thought that the situation with the female, where he had to pay her off, he thought that would end the gay rumors. Nah, bro, they just ramped right back up. So who you gonna find to pay off this time, Shannon? You hired that gay stylist, and that gay stylist is now coming for you. You must be didn't pay him. He wants money, Shannon. Just like that heifer got. He want his money too. You know what I'm saying? Because now these rumors, okay, let me see. Shout out to David Watson with the PayPal that he just sent. Salute to you. Always supporting. Well, I just got it, David. I just got the PayPal. Salute to you. But I bet Shannon thought that because he had this issue, what's good, Slayer? He had this issue with this female that people were just going to forget about the fact that he was, these gay rumors are out here. And now his ex-gay stylist is helping to expose him with this dude who had a whole girlfriend at home, but he's out here spreading himself for opportunities. That's crazy what these males are doing. You know what I'm saying? You women are with men who are flexible, figuratively and literally. Flexible. Out here dating flexible men. And then you act like you shocked. I'm pretty sure there were red flags everywhere. And you ignored them. You ignored those red flags. Again, make sure y'all like the stream. Male heifers. Oh man. But let's get into Tigger. I want to make sure that we had everybody in here because I want to get to Tigger because this is serious because the woman that he's married to, she tried to low key not only accuse him of cheating, but Big Tigger's ex-wife tried to accuse him of abuse and cheating. But the problem is, this woman has a past. This woman has a past, y'all. This woman's husband claims that she took his child and, they've been looking for the child. Now, how law enforcement would allow this just tells y'all what women can get away with. Women can get away with a whole lot in this country. Yes, they do. That's why you're seeing so many men leave this country because the laws are just totally unfair. And the opportunities are always given to these women, these heifers, who don't deserve them, who did not earn them. But be that as it may, Tigger made a response video to her posting this video of her face, making it seem like he did it, accusing him of cheating with his co-host. And her past is being brought up. And the fact that she's not being investigated, that is weird. But let's get into this. Radio host Big Tigger is reportedly under investigation in a domestic dispute case involving his wife, Alicia Brown. According to TMZ legal documents, show that the police have identified 53-year-old Big Tigger, whose real name is Darian Morgan, as a prime suspect in an alleged domestic assault tied to a May incident that led to an investigation. The records reportedly named Big Tigger, who is the current host of the Big Tigger Morning Show radio program in Atlanta and former host of BET's Rap City. Y'all remember Rap City? Classic BET show. BET has so many classic shows, man. And Rap City was one of them, right? Dispatch records obtained by TMZ reports to show Brown sought medical treatment for unspecified injuries before police were involved. She was later taken to a hospital with law enforcement noting her injuries were not considered life-threatening. The purported documents do not detail what caused her injuries. It remains unclear whether any arrests have been made or charges have been filed. This woman is crazy, though. She could have done it to herself. Now, they do have a son together that was born last year. Now, let's go to the statement. This, according to Lauren LaRosa, this is a statement from Big Tigger's wife, the one who's making the, who claims something happened to her. Alicia has released a statement saying she never directly called Tigger an abuser. The internet assumed that. So for days, you had people thinking that this man abused you. All of a sudden, because your past is being exposed, now you want to claim that you didn't try to directly call him an abuser. You see how women play these games, and you wonder why men don't want to get married. You wonder why men don't want to date American women, because you heifers are nuts. You heifers are crazy. I want to be clear. I have never called. Say she never called her husband an abuser. Social media has drawn its own conclusions from information that was shared, but those conclusions are not statements she has made. She respects the legal process and believes law enforcement should be allowed to do its job without interference from anyone, including her. So what are they investigating? Did you hurt yourself? In recent days, many claims, opinions, and narratives have circulated publicly. While she understands that people will form their own views, she remains confident the facts will speak for themselves in due time. Until then, her focus remains on her family, peace, and protecting those she loves. She says she loves her family and will not engage in public debate, speculation, or personal attacks and bitterness. Says she is not hiding and she stands firmly by her character and integrity. Says she respectfully asks for patience as she follows the guidance of legal counsel and allow the process to unfold.
Tigger need a passport person shrugging dark skin tone.
Salute, Landon Dallas, salute. Maybe he does, because this chick is going to get him in more problems. I don't even think they've been married that long. This chick has a lot going on. And she put it out there and insinuated that he did it. So thank you to those who have extended prayer, support, and understanding during this time. Now, this is the original video that she posted. This heifer is a straight up liar. You posted this video. You posted this video. You posted this. You posted this video. You said someone asked her husband why her face happened. So what are we to conclude from that? What are we to conclude? We are to conclude that, you realize that you were in a tough spot and that you got issues in your past that are going to be exposed. Now, this is what Tigger had to say on his radio show.
Good morning, Atlanta. I'm extremely privileged to be here this morning, back at work. Over the past several days, there's been significant public discussion and speculation regarding my personal life. I understand this can happen being a public person. I've been doing radio now 32 years and television for 29.
Yes, she do has a past with lying. Yep.
Appreciate first and foremost the support and concern that so many people have shown. I want to say categorically, these allegations and accusations that have been circulating about me are false, untrue, not happening, didn't happen. Additionally, it's important to clarify that Francesca and I have never been anything more than friends and respected colleagues. I'd like to apologize to you, Francesca, for the impact of these last few days or this last week. I hope you accept my apology. Out of respect for everyone involved, I ask for grace, privacy, and restraint as my family navigates this difficult moment. For more than 30 years, I've had the privilege of serving this in many communities through music, entertainment, and connection. I remain grateful for the trust so many of you have placed in me throughout that journey, and I intend to continue living and leading in that manner worthy of that trust. And to all the people who have either quietly or loudly stood up and stood 10 toes for me, I appreciate it. For the people who have reached out to check on me, I appreciate you. No name dropping necessary. You know who you are.
All right, so let's go. I guess it's another statement that he posted. To Lauren LaRosa, I received an over the past several days, there have been significant public discussion and speculation regarding my personal life. I understand this can happen when you are a public figure, and I appreciate the support and concern that so many people have shown. I want to say categorically that these allegations and accusations that have been circulating are false. Additionally, it's important to clarify that Francesca and I have never been anything more than friends and respected colleagues. I like to apologize to her for the impact of these last few days. He said more, but just to get the gist of it. Now, I'm gonna play an audio from Tasha K's show. Now, she had a replacement on there, but she was discussing Big Tigger's wife and her story. All right, so we're going to get into that. We're gonna get into that.
On that no ways, but looking crazy. She got the phone like this. How do I look? Is my hair good? That's how she keep messing with her head while she fake crying.
What's good, Mike? Immortal Beast, what's good? Make sure y'all like the stream if you have. What's good, boss lady?
I ain't seen not one tear. Is my hair okay? That's what she kept doing. Crazy as hell, right? And the caption, one more time. And the caption on that, when she posted it, said, someone asked my husband why my face happened, right? So if me scrolling through my phone and I see that video, which what was in the picture is what was in the video with that caption, I would think that you are insinuating that your husband did that to you. Am I right or am I right? Because I know I ain't wrong. I know I ain't wrong. You got on the internet and said that man put hands and feet on you. That's what you said. In the words that in the context that you put out, that's what you said. Now, I'm going to give a little backstory on Alicia Brown. In 2014, Alicia Brown took her daughter to the casino, right? She left the baby in the car. I think the baby was like 4 years old at the time or something like that, right? You put towels or sheets or blankets, something up on the window thinking that you was going to hide the baby in the car, like ain't nobody going to see her in the car, and left her in there for 8 hours while you was in there giving your money away to the casino. While you was in the casino, the baby had urinated on herself, and it was January in Maryland. It was January in Maryland. Y'all know what the weather like in Maryland in January. It's winter storms. You got this baby out in a cold car. The car not running. The car off.
She's giving a backstory on her, right? This is why I say her past is being exposed. Her past is being exposed.
Right? By the time somebody had called the police department and the ambulance and everybody got out there, the baby was in distress. They had to rush her to the hospital. All it is, unfit is the word. Now, the baby daddy took you to court and was awarded custody of this baby. Now, you were supposed to drop the baby off to him. The baby never made it to the daddy the next day. The baby was allegedly abducted. The baby was last seen with you at your residence. All of a sudden, the day that you were supposed to drop her off, which was the day after he got custody, she went missing. And it's still missing to this day. Still missing to this day. So at the time, the baby was either 7 or 10. I want to say she was 10. And it's been 7 years since that happened. So she will be 17 right now. My math ain't all that good. Correct me if I'm wrong. 17 years old right now, and she is missing. To this day, nobody knows where she is. Right? And you walking around in the free world. Wow. I'm not understanding how. Now,
wow.
It's been said.
Fam, that is family. That is powerful. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why that's powerful. Why? What are the police doing? If her father had done this, he'd be in jail. They'll find some way to put him in jail. But because society doesn't hold women accountable, especially melanated women, let's keep it 100. This woman, these allegations have followed her for years. And nothing has been done. She's living her life with Tigger like she ain't got no care in the world. Why is she being investigated? Do you know that there are statistics that you have a lot of black children go missing? But this woman is dating a public figure. And she's just walking around here free because her ego, and again, this is according to what is being said. She hasn't refuted any of it. She hasn't denied any of these allegations. She probably thought she'd be caught by now. But the police are just allowing her to live out here. Do you see the differences in how men are policed and women? They do not want to hold women accountable because they want women to be out here doing destructive things. This is why a woman can be a part of they could be part of a plot to take someone's life and they get the less amount of time, even though they were a big part of it. All the details, they know it. But because they're a woman, we got to be lenient on her. And the police are just not doing nothing. Because he's a black father. He don't matter. You see, black fathers don't matter to these people. They want black men to be broke, stereotypes, in jail. The only respected black man is a dead one. You have a father who gained custody. His child goes missing and the police are not doing nothing. They don't care. Because it's a black father. Like he got custody. Oh, we don't care. And then when those same black men start to move overseas, and now you got some stupid ass child support law. Who do you think that child support law is targeting? is targeting men. And I may get into that later. There was a basketball player that was arrested for owing child support. Guess the race. The woman is guilty. What's good, Charm? Let me play this. Let me go back to playing the video.
By your baby daddy and other people that know you online that you are known to put out allegations on men and say that they have did horrendous things to you and for them to be untrue, right? So basically insinuating like you posting this video that you could have did those injuries to yourself. If y'all have seen A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, when she had the orange and she put in what is it? What the stocking? She put in the stocking and went to go round and round on herself. Yeah, that's what they saying. You crazy like that.
And again, that's what I believe is happening as well. These heifers are nuts. All right. Again, make sure y'all like the stream tonight. Let's get the likes up. Salute to everybody that's here. I think that's what she did. What's good, Freeway? Alice was good. I see Charm, everybody. I think that's what she did. This is why Tigger is not really being investigated. If he is, it's because he's refusing to defend himself. You know why? Because he does not want to deny the allegations. Well, he's denying allegations. He doesn't want to call his wife a liar. You see, if he calls her a liar and say that he didn't do it, that she did it to herself, they would have to investigate her. He don't want that because he knows, I think he knows her past. I would not doubt that. I would not be shocked if he knows what happened between her and her child and her baby's father, her ex. See, people be knowing secrets. I think he knows her secrets and got with her anyway because he probably feels like, well, I have information from her, so she'll stay with me. People do this. Y'all gotta understand. This is what people do. They'll hold each other's secrets because they think that person ain't gonna leave if they have their secrets. And if Tigger stays with her, he's just as crazy. What's good, Jimmy Rochester? He's just as crazy. If he stays with her, he's just as crazy. Because, again, this woman has a pattern. This woman has a pattern of this type of behavior. Of accusing men. This woman is broken. Why would you marry that? You could look in this woman's eyes and tell she doesn't have a soul. There's nothing behind those eyes. But they always want to tell you that it's the men who are the problem. It's the men who are harming women, harming children. There's a lot of women out here harming children, harming themselves, harming the men that they with. Yeah, it's a complete double standard. And we have to deal with the double standard because a man's opinion and his truth and his innocence is to be attacked, is to not be trusted. That's where we are. What we believe and how we feel doesn't matter. Because it's all about keeping the women in a position to keep men from being successful. This is why this country is on the decline, because if the men are not creating and if the men are not building, what are you going to have? You can't, what are you going to do? Just import a bunch of Chinese kids like they're planning to do? Trump has already said he's going to bring over 500,000 Chinese, college graduates, because he has no faith in the people who are here to build, to create. But that's how they have designed it over the last 50 years with the creation of the welfare state. Feminism becoming mainstream, right? They've been mainstreaming feminism, keeping men at a certain level. And if that man breaks from that level, he is to be looked upon with suspicion. He is to be demonized. Why don't you have a wife? Why don't you have, these things, they pick you apart. Because if you're successful, you got to have a woman with you. You can't just be successful by yourself. You mean to tell me that you succeeded without women? Hell yeah. Let's get back into the audio.
That's what they saying.
What's good, Full Circle? D-Trill was good. Mr. Hill, what's up?
From Baltimore to Charlotte to Canada. So if you are lying on this man, that is crazy. But for you to have a daughter out in this world, and the last person that she was with and seen with was you.
Thanks, Mike.
See you next month.
And to this day, 7 years later, and she is 17, supposed to be 17. I pray she's still here. She's supposed to be 17 years old now, and she is still missing. And you are walking around, you done had a whole new baby with Big Tigger and all this, like you don't have another baby in this world that's missing. I've never seen you on the internet advocating trying to find your daughter. I just found out about you the other day. If I had a baby that was missing, y'all would see me everywhere. Putting up signs, on social media talking. I ain't seen not one video of you saying that you got a child missing and you looking for her on your social media page. You posting stuff like that. Okay, now we gonna go. Big Tigger hadn't said anything. He was quiet for a minute. But this morning, Big Tigger woke up and said, y'all gonna put some respect on my name and y'all gonna start playing with my name. Y'all gonna stop playing with my name. She also insinuated that Big Tigger was having an affair with his co-host that goes by the name of Francesca. That's her right there. Over here, my bad. Over here. She over here, right? I was looking at some of the comments. They were saying she used to be a news anchor or something like that. And now she's on the radio with Big Tigger. Francesca came out and said, Alicia's a damn liar. I just met this man and I ain't never did nothing with him. She said, the allegations being circulated about me are completely false and do not reflect who I am or how I conduct myself. I have never had an affair or cheated with a married man. I stand by my character, my integrity, and the truth. We can read over here on this platform. Pun intended. You feel what I'm saying? Now, Big Tigger woke up and Big Tigger had something to say to y'all. Let's go, Jazz.
Good morning, Atlanta. I'm extremely privileged to be here this morning, back at work. Over the past several days, there's been significant public discussion and speculation regarding my personal life.
Let me say this. The reason why I think, what's good, Divine Photos? The reason why I think that the wife here is trying to blame the co-host is because I think she's blaming the co-host because she probably wants him to find another co-host. I think she's jealous of this woman and she wants him to distance himself from this woman. So she's trying to use these cheating allegations, I guess, to get her replaced. See, women are very grimy like that. They're very territorial, especially this woman who clearly has issues. She's territorial. She doesn't want him working with women anyway. And that's probably why they may have had a rift with each other. is because she probably wants him to get rid of his co-host because of her jealousy. Women are very jealous of each other. They can't fool me with that sisterhood shit. I mean, they can't fool me with that. They're very jealous and very spiteful of each other. And they will they will find fault with each other no matter what. Because this is what they do. They'll find some issue with a woman. Like I say, that sisterhood, it just don't. The sisterhood stuff is just it's not real. They come together and they fall right back. They fall out right afterwards, and they don't know how to keep up the charade, right?
I understand this can happen being a public person. I've been doing radio now 32 years and television for 29. I appreciate first and foremost the support and concern that so many people have shown. I want to say categorically, these allegations and accusations that have been circulating about me are false, untrue,
period,
not happening, didn't happen. Additionally, it's important to clarify that Francesca and I have never been anything more than friends and respected colleagues. I'd like to apologize to you, Francesca, for the impact of these last few days or this last week. I hope you accept my apology. Out of respect for everyone involved, I ask for grace, privacy, and restraint as my family navigates this difficult moment. For more than 30 years, I've had the privilege of serving this in many communities through music, entertainment, and connection. I remain grateful for the trust so many of you have placed in me throughout that journey, and I intend to continue living and leading in that manner worthy of that trust. And to all the people who have either quietly or loudly stood up and stood 10 toes for me, I appreciate it. For the people who have reached out to check on me, I appreciate you. No name dropping necessary. You know who you are.
All righty. Now, y'all heard what Big Tigger said. He is innocent. He wanted to say, I don't know that lady, but it's too many pictures going around with them together. All right, so Francesca had a word to say this morning as well. Go ahead and play that.
You're incredible.
This week has been the most challenging moment of my personal and my professional life. Throughout my 16-year career, I've worked tirelessly to build a reputation that is rooted in professionalism, integrity, and respect. And, despite these last few days, those values remain unchanged for me. I would like to reiterate that I have never, nor will I ever, have an affair with anyone in a relationship or marriage. My mother and father, who are listening right now in Ellenwood, have been married for 42 years, and I will always value such a bond. Mom and Dad, thank you for showing me that. As difficult as this experience has been on myself and my reputation,
shout out to First Op for sending a gold coin. First Op, we talking about this heifer, this lion heifer on the screen who accused Big Tigger radio hosts of abuse, then recanted saying, oh, it wasn't abuse. I never said that. Oh, man. Let's go back to what the co-host. Now, this is what the co-host has to say, y'all. Let's get into what the co-host had to say. Make sure y'all like the stream.
Moment of my personal and my professional life. Throughout my 16-year career, I've worked tirelessly to build a reputation that is rooted in professionalism, integrity, and respect. And, despite these last few days, those values remain unchanged for me. I would like to reiterate that I have never, nor will I ever.
Shout out to Charm for sending a star. I appreciate that, Charm, for the star. Shout out to you.
Have an affair with anyone in a relationship or marriage. My mother and father, who are listening right now in Ellenwood, have been married for 42 years. And I will always value such a bond. Mom and Dad, thank you for showing me that. As difficult as this experience has been on myself and my reputation.
Heard you.
It's been difficult also on my family and my friends, my community, and those who look up to me. Just know that I feel more empowered than ever. And, this past week, it just reminded me that faith, resilience, and character, that's what matters most. That's the statement that I need. And that anyone who's listening to this, your worth is never defined by public opinion. I am so grateful for the incredible support of my family. Shout out to the Emmekers. Thank you for standing by me. My friends, my colleagues at V103, and everyone who stood by me and reached out online, on my phone, via text. I saw everything. And I do mean everything. This moment does not define me. I'm moving forward with faith, grace, gratitude even. And you know what? Even excitement for what lies ahead for me.
Cut off.
Because it's
cut off. I want y'all to hear the rest. She talked to. Listen, I thought she was auditioning. Like this was
This was her moment. You got she had her moment, she's going viral. This is her moment. That's why she used this as her moment to speak. I'll tell you, why is it women always do this? They take these opportunities, they just do the absolute most, right? Just, you deny it, but this long statement, it kind of gets people side-eyeing you a bit,
tape, an audio book. Poetry. Girl, it was one day and they said that nobody really took that serious. You want to be, come on. It wasn't that big of a deal. You got your 15 minutes of fame real quick. We know you're beautiful. But that whole thing was extra. All you had to say was, I will never. I don't know that lady. I just started working. I just met him. He my boss. I wish this didn't happen. Your PR, you wrote that yourself, or Chat GPT did. Somebody did. And you read all of it. Cut it out. Anyways, now, if you've seen Alicia Brown in the last day or so, she got on social media. She is gaslighting the world. This girl said, I had never, ever, ever in my life said, my husband did anything to me. Whoa. Jasmine, put up that what she said at the bottom of that picture. What she said, because I don't like putting words in nobody's mouth. She had said, someone asked my husband why my face happened. You not gonna gaslight me or my winos. You not gonna gaslight us. You know that man could sue you. And he should sue you.
He's not.
He should.
He's not, man. That man is in love. That man is in love, man. And he got all her secrets. He's not gonna sue her. Only way he does that is if she leaves him. That's the only way she does that.
On this internet and made it seem as if Big Tigger is somebody that he is not. Now you want to take back everything that you said. It don't happen like that. It don't work like that.
That's true. And that's why I want y'all to understand that we are in a society that excuses this behavior. That will excuse this behavior. This woman has a dark past and the police ain't bringing it up. Nobody's bringing it up. Not you parents, activists on social media. Y'all care about children. Until one of these women do something, now y'all don't care no more. She needs to be investigated. All you social media detectives, all you people that want, who claim that y'all digging into things, y'all do all these, these documentaries on YouTube and you look into the crimes people may have done or done, y'all need to look into this woman. All right. This woman is we don't know what's going on with her. Again, these are all allegations, but she hasn't really denied anything. And that's why it's following her. These allegations are following her because she has yet to do anything to let people know she has absolutely nothing to do with that situation. But be that as it may, all right, y'all ready to get into a different topic tonight? Let's talk about Michael B. Jordan real quick. I know y'all seen this. Ben was supposed to talk about this, but stuff came up, right? Hold on a second. So there's a woman by the name of Drew Sidor. I've actually talked about her, I believe, recently. And she is an ex-girlfriend of Michael B. Jordan. Can you believe that? All of a sudden, these chicks are talking about Michael. They're talking about Michael B. Jordan, Well, they dated years ago, and I think she probably thought that he would never be, a success at acting. I think she probably thought he'd just be another struggling actor that, and that she'd be able to choose up after him. But he became more and more successful. And she's been on the sidelines watching, and maybe a part of her thinks that she could spin the block. I have no doubt that she's contacted Michael B. Jordan. I have no doubt that Drew, a woman going through a very bad divorce, okay, this woman is out here getting finessed by her ex-husband in divorce. Okay, she was about to get kicked out of that house until they settled the divorce. This woman was lying about her income. And she's got to pay him child support. I believe it's close to $2,000 a month. And you have women who are mocking the husband because he's getting child support and it's not that much according to them. But at least she's being held to account like men are, right? I'll tell you, if a man was paying $2,000 a month and he was on reality TV like her, these heifers would be angry. But they think that she got out this divorce kind of unscathed. I think that the husband got what he was looking for. It looks like the children are going to be with him because she don't want to take care of these kids. So he's going to take care of the kids because she want to be out here in these streets. She's divorced now, fully divorced. And maybe she thinks that Michael B. Jordan would want to deal with her. But no, why would he want to deal with you? He could have any woman he wants out here. You had your opportunity and you blew it. It didn't work. So now you're trying to bring his name up, trying to get people talking because you want people to interview you and talk to you about him and ask questions about him. Anyway, so according to Complex, Drew Sidor may be navigating a contentious divorce, but the Real Housewives of Atlanta star isn't ruling out the possibility of reconnecting with a familiar face from her past, Michael B. Jordan. That man is not trying to get with her at all. Like, she says she's trying to rekindle. Absolutely not. But, during a recent appearance on the Reality Nightcap podcast, Sidor was asked whether there was anyone from her dating past she considered revisiting. Her answer quickly reignited interest in a relationship she only recently revealed. I wonder why. There is one if they called, I would answer, Sidor said when asked if she would circle the block with a former flame. When pressed for clues, she pointed to a photo of two attending an NAACP awards together picture of the two attending the NAACP awards together years ago, adding, do some Googling. Sidor revealed last year that she had dated Jordan long before he became Hollywood's biggest stars, or one of Hollywood's biggest stars. At the time, she explained that their relationship dated back to his early acting days and said that they were close enough that she spent time with his family while he spent time with hers. The relationship remained largely unknown to the public until Sador began discussing it on podcasts. Of course. Now, mind you, she's going through a contentious divorce during this time. She's talking about it. She starts talking about it. The possibility of a Jordan reunion resurfaced again after a producer on Reality Nightcap quickly identified the mystery ex as the Oscar-winning actor. When the topic came up, Sador acknowledged Jordan's appeal, agreeing that she found him to be very handsome, while laughing off suggestions that he would make a great stepfather to her children. That's because she doesn't want to raise them kids. She want her husband to raise them kids. That's why she's paying that child support. During the interview, she described the process as emotionally draining, saying the ongoing legal fight has become increasingly difficult because their children are now seeing headlines and social media coverage about the case. It's been 3 years, Sador said. Through the divorce, it's like no one really wins. Recent court developments have added even more scrutiny to the split. Pittman was recently awarded temporary primary physical custody of their 2 children during the school year, while Sador was ordered to vacate the Georgia home they once shared. You know how bad of a mother you got to be when your ex-husband wins custody of your kids, even if it's temporary, but I think it's primary now. That lets me know that you really you're showing no interest in being a mother, but you talking about circling the block with Michael B. Jordan, but you're showing no interest in being a mom. You want to be in these streets. You want to go out and do what you want to do. It's your time now, right? The divorce has also played out publicly on recent seasons of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, where both have discussed the challenges of co-parenting and ongoing litigation. Even with the legal drama continuing, Sador made it clear she hasn't given up on love. She told the podcast she still hopes to marry again one day and remains optimistic about her future. These women think they got all the time in the world. Until they realize they don't really have as much time as they think they do. Because they all think they're going to be attractive forever. I even saw a chick say that. They say they're going to look good forever. Even though right now they're like a 6. On a scale of 1 to 10, they're about a low 6. Talking about they're going to look good forever. You look very average. What are you talking about? And that's just right now. And this heifer got a bunch of kids. No father around. Just had another one. No father around. All of a sudden, these women want to spin the block Michael B. Jordan. You got Lori Harvey crashing out, talking about she gonna sue because her so-called boyfriend, Damson Idris, was spotted with another woman. She's out here pulling stunts on the balconies, like her and Damson are making out when it looks like they look like 2 friends pretending like they're hooking up. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's using Damson to go viral, and people make fun of them. And she's upset about that. She told Steve Harvey that he can't be cool with Michael B. Jordan anymore because she realized that she did not upgrade after Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan upgraded because she was a distraction. And he was able to focus on acting, focus on winning, and she's out here trying to replace him. But the best she can do is a British actor who pretends to be Black American in his shows and movies. That's the best she can do. Yeah, just average charm, not extra average, just average. Just average, right? So you got Lori Harvey losing it. Now you got Drew Sador. Y'all remember that girl that called Michael B. Jordan, that they used to, I guess, make fun of Michael B. Jordan back when they were in high school, and he confronted her about it. that heifer, I think it was last year, this was after he won the Oscar, I think. So it might have been this year. That she wanted, it was either last year during the Center's Buzz or right around the Oscar. She wanted an apology. Heifer, you ain't never get no apology. This is your karma, okay? Because we as men, we remember everything. Why do you think men have such a they change so much from when they're in school? Because of when they get made fun of, especially by girls, and the girls don't show no respect for them, ain't checking for them, they internalize that and they work to self-improve. And you heifers, when you realize that these guys you want to come at them like you never treated them a certain type of way. Well, we have long memories and we remember everything. This is why, these chicks, when they their looks start to degrade and their body is different. They didn't had all these kids, but the men that they curved are more successful, and now they think that they deserve to be with those men because they used to look good and those men used to be attracted to them. That's Drew Sidor. That's Drew Sidor. She's that girl, that, and again, we don't know how that relationship ended. She could have been the one that left the relationship, because the way that she talks in this interview, you can tell she was probably the one that left the relationship for whatever reason. Because if Michael B. Jordan had dumped her, she would have been in a bitter mindset, but there's no bitterness here. Because it's almost like a little bit of guilt. Like, it didn't work. I see that this person is successful now. I'm in a situation where I've been struggling, got kicked out of my own house, husband got custody of the kids, freshly divorced. Now she thinks that she's going to come wobbling into Michael B. Jordan's space. That is the arrogance of Western women right there. Salute to everybody that's here. Make sure y'all like the stream if you haven't. So let's see. I want to talk about this too. Hold on a second. I'm going to talk about this basketball player that was arrested at the airport. There is a European, he's black American, but he played basketball over in I guess he plays basketball in Europe and other places. And he was arrested at a Pittsburgh airport for unpaid child support. This is the ramifications of this new law. And I've been telling y'all, and I've been warning y'all about this law. That this law, who you think that this law is targeting? Now, again, should men take care of their financial responsibilities? Absolutely. I'm not here to say a man shouldn't take care of responsibilities, but we don't know why child support isn't getting paid. Again, he doesn't play basketball in the States. I believe he travels overseas and he plays overseas. That's why he was at the airport. But I've been warning y'all about. This child support law is targeting black men who travel overseas, right? Because who else could this be targeting? Who else could this law be targeting? You know what I'm saying? Like, because now you have an administration who's coming up with ways to get money out of people. That's one thing I noticed. This also could be a way to, because again, this also shows you that child support is not for the children. Child support is for the state and for these heifers. It's not for the children. Or they wouldn't be doing this. Professional basketball player DeAndre Kane is facing legal trouble back home after authorities arrested him at a Pittsburgh International Airport on allegations that he owes more than $100,000 in unpaid child support. The Allegheny County Sheriff's Office told CBS News that Kane was taken into custody on Friday shortly after arriving on a flight from Iceland where he currently lives and plays professionally. Now, this is very key, y'all. He lives in Iceland and he plays there professionally. Investigators said Kane had been wanted since 2023 after failing to appear in family court for a hearing connected to missed child support payments. Authorities coordinated with the Allegheny County Police Department and U.S. Department of State after learning he would be returning to Pennsylvania from Iceland. First of all, he should have never came back. Like, why are you gonna come back? Now, maybe he came back because he had to renew, get certain things renewed. But bro, if this is true, that you've been basically on the run since 2023, as far as child support is concerned, you probably should have never came back. You should have, because this law was going to get you arrested. Because maybe he had been coming back and forth from Iceland since then, right? I believe he probably been coming back and forth. This is why he was so comfortable coming back this time. So let's listen to this person here, this female here, and what she has to say.
A pro basketball player from the Western Pennsylvania area was taken into custody this week at Pittsburgh International Airport after officials say that he owes more than $100,000 in child support. The Allegheny County Sheriff's Office said in a release earlier this week that 36-year-old DeAndre Kane was taken into custody after coming back to the States from Iceland. He currently resides in Iceland, where he continues his pro basketball career. According to the Sheriff's Office, Kane had been a fugitive since 2023 after he had failed to appear at a family court to talk about missing child support payments. The basketball player, who was a known standout when he attended Shenley High School in 2008, is now being held in the Allegheny County Jail awaiting a hearing in family court.
Man, he might be in jail for a while, because if he ain't got that money, man, they gonna keep him in jail. They gonna keep him in jail if he ain't got the money. Oh, what's up? This thing froze.
For more information on this case, you can visit our website at WTAE.com.
All right. So let's see. The arrest marks a dramatic turn for the Pittsburgh native who spent more than a decade building a basketball career overseas. Kane first made a name for himself as a standout at Shenley High School before playing college basketball at Marshall University and later at Iowa State University. After going undrafted in 2014, he carved out a lengthy professional career across Europe, competing in countries including Russia, Belgium, Germany, Spain, Serbia, Israel, and Iceland. Most recently, Kane was playing in one of Iceland's top basketball leagues, where he helped lead the club to a championship earlier this year. The veteran guard has also enjoyed success internationally, winning multiple league titles in Israel and competing in high-level European tournaments. Authorities said detectives traveled to the airport after confirming Kane's arrival. Once his flight landed, sheriff deputies and county police officers moved in and arrested him without incident. The sheriff's office said the outstanding matter stemmed from years of unresolved child support obligations and a missed court appearance dating back to 2023. While the laws on child support enforcement vary from state to state, most cases involving unpaid child support can lead to civil enforcement actions, including arrest warrants, when court papers are ignored. In Pennsylvania, family courts have broad authority to enforce support obligations against individuals who fail to comply. Kane is currently being held at the Allegheny County Jail while he awaits a hearing in family court. They're going, like I said before, they're going to keep him in there until he pays. This is what they do with child support, man. It's about locking people up. I don't know how they going to pay if they locked up, because he's not going to give them no money. Okay. But he may have to get out of jail, because they're not going to let him out of jail unless he pays something. They want their money. I mean, the mother of the child needs that money. You know what I'm saying? It's a total racket. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is why you got to be careful, man, who you have children by, because It can literally ruin your life. And he's a guy who looks like he made a life for himself outside the U.S. So that's gonna make you a target. People are gonna say, "Well, Jay, he should pay his child support. He should go to court." I understand that we don't know the circumstances, we don't know everything, but what I do know is this: there are other people being arrested for this. This is just one story, and they're saying, they try to make it seem like, if they owe $100,000, no, it's lower amounts that will get you arrested. So this is a way for the government to get money out of people. It's a damn near extortion. You can't leave the country unless you pay us. I thought the money is for the children. He could pay for the children's expenses himself. Tell that heifer to get a job, because it takes two to make a child. He's not playing in the NBA. He's playing in Europe. I know you can make money in Europe, but not the same as you will make in the NBA. That heifer takes just as much responsibility as he and other men do when they have children, but they always put the majority of the responsibility on men. I've heard very few stories about women getting arrested for child support, because they don't like putting women on child support. Like Drew Sidor. Drew Sidor is paying child support. Even as she missed payments, it would take a lot from them to actually arrest her for child support. But I don't see many stories of women getting arrested for child support. I just don't. I don't see a lot of those stories. It's mainly men who this is enforced on. Okay? And he's not the only one. It's a lot of men out here who are getting extorted for child support. All right? And the thing is, these men are actually will be paying, but what happens is, and what probably happened to him, he was probably paying child support, but the baby mamas probably went to court asking for more money. And that's probably why he may have skipped court, because I believe they probably went asking for more money. Because that's what these heifers will do. They will go to court asking for more money when they don't even need more money, but they'll do it anyway because they're greedy and they're grimy, right? And they're mad because you're traveling all over the world. They want to do that, but they can't. So they're mad at him. So they go to court asking for more and more money. This is what Tyrese's ex-wife did. She going to court asking for more and more money. Greedy as hell, but want to get on YouTube and pander to men. It's crazy. But that's what's going on out there. So salute to everybody that's here. Trying to see what else I wanted to speak on. Are y'all been sending me topics? Let me go and check mentions real quick. Shout out to everybody that's here, man, on this Tuesday. Let's see. This is the one time, but this is one of the few times I probably would do this, is go check the mentions real quick. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me look. Oh yeah, let me speak on this tonight. Why not? Let's talk about Michael Irvin. Did y'all see? Michael Irvin got him a new woman. Michael Irvin got him a younger lady, and people are mad at him because his wife is going through Alzheimer's, unfortunately. But people are pissed, man. I want to talk about Michael Irvin. He's in a situation where he has a wife who's battling Alzheimer's. but it looks like he is moving on, so to speak. And he's at this UFC event that was going on at the White House, which is already getting him flack. You know, people are already giving him flack for being there. So he shows up with this lady who looks like, you know, she looks like listen, I could be totally wrong. She looks like a racially ambiguous Latina from South Florida. Y'all got to understand, this is Michael South Florida Irvin. I think he's from there, went to high school there, played college football there. He's Miami through and through. So seeing him with a female that you will typically see down there don't surprise me at all, right? So they definitely, I mean, Michael's, you know, he's the way that Michael is embracing her, they're definitely dating or screwing. And he's getting a lot of flack for this. But again, he's in a very horrible situation with his wife who's battling Alzheimer's. I can only imagine what's going on in that situation. I think he's spoken about how difficult it is, and I understand how difficult that would be. But I think that Michael does love his wife, but I think he's in a situation where he could be allowed to move on. I mean, the kids are grown. Should Michael have brought her to this event though? Because we haven't seen Michael with any other women like that. So it's like, but why is Michael bringing her to this event? That's what people want to know. So let's get into this article from Merca. Pro Football Hall of Famer Michael Irvin has once again become a trending topic after appearing at the UFC Freedom 250 with an unidentified woman by his side. The pair were seen entering the venue together, a moment quickly captured and shared across social media platforms. Within hours, clips and photos began circulating online, with many users speculating that the woman could be Irvin's girlfriend. A post from Raindrops Media on X fueled the discussion further, making it seem as though there was a romantic connection between the two. Despite the viral reaction, there have been no official confirmation with the two dating, and Irvin remained legally married to Sandy Harrell. The buzz around the sighting spread rapidly across Irvin's high profile and the mystery surrounding the woman's identity. So this is a video of them together. He looked like he don't know where he going. Like he don't know where to go. But apparently, as you can see, you may not see it, but he's he's very intimate. Very intimate. Again, this guy's from South Florida through and through. So people see this video, man, and they are pissed. They're like, Michael didn't get a divorce, and even if he did, his wife is battling Alzheimer's. It's like, you don't know the ins and outs of everything. We don't know. Y'all gotta understand, these marriages can be very tricky. Him and his wife could, may have spoken about this. They could be married, but apart. These, just because somebody's married doesn't mean they're together, right? Some fans interpret the moment as a regular public appearance, while others rush to assumptions about Irvin's love life. Irvin's personal life adds deeper context to the attention surrounding the UFC appearance. Him and Sandy Harrell have been together since, their college days. So when he was at Miami, and married in 1990. Let's see. Over the decades, they've built a family that includes 4 children: Maisha, Chelsea, Michael Jr., and Elijah. Their long relationship have been publicly tested in recent years following Sandy's diagnosis with early onset Alzheimer's disease. Irvin has spoken candidly about the emotional weight of the situation, explaining that early signs were first mistaken for menopause before the family realized something more serious was developing. Over time, Sandy's condition progressed, leading to significant challenges with mobility, communication, and daily care. According to Irvin, the family have been navigating the illness for nearly a decade. So it's been going on for almost 10 years. And you just, from Michael's personality, you would never know this. So he was working television, right? You just had no idea this stuff was going on. According to Irvin, the family have been navigating the illness for nearly a decade, making the round-the-clock care a necessity. So we have been dealing with this for 8-9 years. Going back and forth has been difficult. It's quite hard to take care of someone 24 hours a day, said Irvin. Even with these hardships, Irvin has been firm about maintaining his commitment to Sandy's home and comfort, stressing that she will remain where she belongs. Beyond personal matters, Irvin has also remained active in football commentary, recently addressing developments involving his former teammate Troy Aikman and the restructuring of the Miami Dolphins. Aikman's advisory role with the franchise has drawn attention due to his continued work with ESPN, raising broader questions about influence and expertise in modern NFL front offices. Irvin admitted that it's difficult to see Aikman contributing to another organization, especially given their shared legacy with the Dallas Cowboys, where they won multiple Super Bowls together. So that just goes into, football stuff. But listen. Yeah, it was a 90s marriage, man. So they've been married since 1990, y'all. 1990. See, those marriages back then have lasted longer. These marriages of today don't last long because women don't like gender roles. Men ain't going to take women's BS. They're not just going to shut up and deal with it. So this is where we are, and Michael, again, he has a right to have a life. We don't know the nature of the relationship with these two, but they look cozy walking to me. They look like a couple. They do look like a couple. I can't sit up here in front. They look like a couple to me. Now, we could find out something totally different, but from what I've seen from that video, they look like a couple to me. But that's going to piss off people because they're going to be upset at the fact that they feel like he should be with his wife and not with another woman. But we don't know what's going on in that marriage. She's been dealing with this for almost 10 years. And maybe he feels like he should be able to have female company. But it ain't for us to judge because it's up to him and his family and how they feel about it. So that's my take on that. I want to speak on these topics while I was live. Like, why not? Salute to everybody that's here. What's good, Brett? Gerald, I see you. Shaquan, was good? Michael, Hope, what's up? Esteban, what's up? I want to address something. My last live stream, my previous live stream, I had to block some suckers, okay? There were, another person or two that may have said some things. I will wait to have y'all escorted out of here one day. I just want to say that because, I just, what I'm saying? People can disagree, but when you're being a sucker, you getting out of here. Let's see. I think that's everything. Topics wise. Let me see if I missed something. Oh yeah, rest easy to Alden Smith. I made a video about Alden Smith on my JayeDeBlack channel. Make sure that y'all go over there and check that video out that I did about Alden Smith. We still don't know how he lost his life. We still don't know how he lost his life. Oh, let me talk about Erica Kirk. You know, no, Esteban, I'm not talking about you. I said people that I've already blocked. And the other person or two I'm talking about, they're not here tonight. They're not here tonight. You know, I'm not talking about you, Esteban. You weren't here on the other stream. The stream I did a week ago. You know what I'm saying? The people I'm talking about are not here. What's good, Dad? But people, you understand, I've been doing this for years, and I'm very good at remembering people in my chat room, especially when they say things that I feel like are disrespectful, and they're taking it to a place they shouldn't have. That's the one thing with me. You know. But oh yeah, what I say? Oh yeah, Erica Kirk. Let me say this real quick about Erica Kirk. So Erica Kirk apparently is changing her name. Now this could be rage bait. I don't know. Let me make sure. Y'all got to understand something about women, man. No credible news court record. So Erica Kirk. Okay, so it's rage bait. People are lying. Come on, man. She's not changing her name. That's how she makes money. This is how she gets opportunities. Her last name. Why would she change it? She's gonna be Erica Kirk forever. She not changing her name. Yeah, that's BS. Oh yeah, let me say this about Charlemagne. Did y'all see where DJ Academics sidekick on Academics TV, he put up this was like what, last week. He put up paperwork about Charlemagne the God and the assault allegation, or the assault charge. Everything that I've spoken about with Charlemagne, that others have spoken about with Charlemagne, right? Those allegations are not new. But this dude who got exposed, Academics' sidekick who got exposed, he putting it out there like it's new information. Bro, you're late. And the thing is that, Charlemagne is going to destroy your buddy. I know Academics was, trying to cop pleas for him. It ain't working. When he took it there, when your sergeant, Academics, when he took it there, posted paperwork, Charlemagne is going to make sure that he gets destroyed. Ain't no piecing it up right now. Some of you dudes need to stay in your lane. You posting out of emotion, and you don't understand the type of people you're dealing with. You got to understand the type, but this person is young and stupid, and he in a whole nother country trying to be anonymous by trying to expose people. Bro, you better stay over there in Australia and stay in your lane, because you have no idea how dangerous Charlemagne can be. You know what I'm saying? When when his past was brought up on social media years ago, channels started getting struck, right? And that's when we knew that Charlemagne, Charlemagne could be a dangerous foe. So I don't know why you thought that you could just try to post the paperwork like he wasn't going to come after you even harder now. and you sitting over there copping, please. And this is an Asian. Y'all remember I talked a little bit earlier about Asians and blacks? You got this Asian dude in Australia who gets on there and pretends to be academics when he really is an Asian dude from Australia. He gets on here and doxes people, harasses people, puts out lies about people, and then he's being investigated, but he don't know by who. And I don't know why he thought it would be a good idea to take academics' platform and try to expose Charlemagne. That was never going to work, man. You just don't. Charlemagne is a dangerous guy. Look how he went after all the content creators that brought up what he did in South Carolina years ago. He went after all of them. All the bloggers. Ask Kwame, Kwame Brown. Ask some of these other bloggers. Charlemagne went after them hard. So you thinking that you're going to be sitting up there in Australia and you're going to expose people, and you think that you're not going to be exposed? You don't know the people you dealing with. And you're trying to go after Rock Nation, bro. These people are dangerous people. Look no further than Tory Lanez. These are dangerous people. And y'all think that the internet, hiding on the internet, is going to protect you? Come on, man. These people will ruin your life. And you think it's a game? You think academics is going to protect you? Academics better hope that Charlemagne doesn't turn on him. So a lot of people on this app with cases or accusations or allegations on them. So, yeah, let me get to Floyd. I was right. People love telling me Floyd ain't broke. Floyd ain't broke. Let me tell you something. Rich people don't get into debt to the point to where they're getting felony charges. I'm not trying to hear that shit about how he rich. I'm not trying to hear that. Let's talk about Floyd. I made a video about Floyd. I talked about his money issues, and some people didn't want to hear it. They're still under this delusion that he has all this money and he's going to take care of everything. Well, he better start taking care of everything, because this is not a good look under no circumstances. Under no circumstances is this a good look for Floyd Mayweather. The fact that he's facing 2 felony charges and could go to jail. Is he willing to risk that, or are he going to pay this debt off? You can't get into debt and think that people are going to forgive it. Floyd Mayweather has made a lot of money, but he spends a lot of money. Y'all got to understand. He's not, okay. He had a couple of fights that did huge numbers. But according to, he got paid a lot of money, but Floyd feels like he was underpaid and that money was stolen from him. That's how he feels. He feels like he was, didn't get as much money. Now, again, this is a man who loves money. People talk about how he can't read, but he can count money. So Floyd understands what's going on. Floyd had a few big, huge fights, but if that money isn't consistently coming in, but you're spending a lot, you're spending millions of dollars every month, money just going out, but you're not replenishing that cash, right? You're not replenishing it. His business ventures are not replenishing that money. So now you get to selling stuff, right? Or taking out loans. But you got people getting on this internet talking about, oh, he rich, he'll take care of it. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, this guy's going through it. This guy's is funding the lifestyles of the people around him. He's tricking off on all these women. He just had a child support judgment against him for this stripper that he was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no telling what other kids he may have. We don't know. We don't know. Black men understand this. At the end of the day, you got to focus on building a sustainable wealth around yourself, not sustainable leeches. Floyd Mayweather had a bunch of sustainable leeches around him who did nothing but use him, take from him. That's why he's suing numerous people. He got his advance for the Manny Pacquiao fight, and then he started to sabotage it. He got his advance, and then he started to sabotage the fight because deep down, Floyd does not want to fight Manny Pacquiao. He really doesn't. He just wanted that advance. And now, will he go through with the fight? He's going to have to, or he's going to get sued. And the thing is, he may have to fight Manny Pacquiao twice. You know what I'm saying? Especially if this fight does well. He may have to fight him again because he needs the money. And people tell him, oh, he's rich. Listen, man. It don't matter how rich you are. If you're spending money, it's going to go. And if you're not replenishing that money, it's going to continue to go. Was good, Rider Wise. Legend Samson was good. Make sure y'all like the stream if you haven't. So now he's in this predicament where, according to this report, he's facing 2 felony charges. Let's get into this. Why is it like this? Okay. It says, for years, Floyd Mayweather built his reputation around the nickname Money. Now the undefeated boxing icon finds himself dealing with a legal battle that could have serious consequences, according to the Nevada court records. Mayweather is facing charges stemming from the alleged purchase of a $200,000 watch in December of 2024. The charges include felony theft involving property value and more than $100,000 and passing a check with intent to defraud. If convicted, the consequences could be significant. Under Nevada law, the fraud-related charge carries a potential sentence of 1 to 4 years in prison, along with fines and restitution. The felony theft charge is even more serious, carrying a possible prison sentence ranging from 1 to 20 years. The timing is notable because the 49-year-old remains extremely active in combat sports despite retiring from professional boxing nearly a decade ago. Mayweather is scheduled to face Greek kickboxing star Mike Zambidis in an exhibition match this weekend in Athens, Greece. He also is expected to meet Mike Tyson later this year and has announced plans to officially end his professional retirement with a rematch against Manny Pacquiao on September 25th in Las Vegas. The criminal case is one of several issues currently surrounding the Hall of Fame boxer. Last month, Mayweather filed a $175 million lawsuit alleging fraud by former associates. Around the same time, he was ordered to pay nearly $1 million in back child support. Yeah, that is why he was fighting YouTubers. Let's see. Earlier this year, the IRS reportedly filed a $7.3 million tax lien against him for unpaid taxes from 2018 and 2023, and later informed him of plans to revoke his U.S. passport. Mayweather is also facing multiple complaints involving alleged unpaid bills connected to private jet services, luxury apartment rentals, and jewelry purchases. Just throwing money away. Why can't black people just be very modest in their spendings and focus on building wealth, like buying land, right? And focusing on things that actually matter? These trinkets don't matter. But again, jewelry and private jet services. Listen, I know he's a busy man. Maybe he needs a private jet. It is what it is. Luxury apartment rentals, jewelry purchases, just trinkets, trinkets, trinkets. That's all it is. Listen, instead of buying jewelry, go buy you gold and silver, right? Go buy some gold, go buy some silver, right? You can build up that. Buying jewelry, really? It is absolutely an ignorance thing, but is way too many black men are doing this. Way too many of them are doing this. Way too many of them are doing this, like Mayweather. There is a player who just got drafted into the NFL, went and bought him a chain of a vault. He bought his mother and sister brand new cars, and it's like, I hope you can get to that second contract, brother. I really do. Despite earning an estimated $1.15 billion during his career, the boxing superstar is now dealing with growing questions both inside and outside the courtroom, with felony charges carrying a potential prison time. This may be one of the most serious fights of his life. Well, according to his fans, nothing is happening. Nothing is going on. Nothing to see here. Now, again, I'm a Mayweather fan. I'm not a hater. I've always praised Floyd Mayweather. I made a video years ago called "What Black Men Can Learn from Floyd Mayweather," right? So I've never been a hater of Floyd at all, But I just think that when you watch a man as revered as him go through this, is just sickening. It really is, and it should be talked about more. It absolutely should be talked about more. He is looked upon as a legend. He's looked upon as an icon. Even though I'm not an idol worshiper, I am a fan of people who do great things, but never be idol worshipers. If there's anything you get from my content, is to never worship these people, because they are very flawed and they will disappoint you. And that's why we have these cautionary tales. Floyd Mayweather needs to get himself together. He needs, first of all, get the leeches around from you. You don't need a whole big old entourage. If you need bodyguards, it is what it is. But when you have a bunch of people leeching off you, tell them to get a job or put them to work. You want money from me, you got to work. You have to earn money from me. I'm not just going to give you anything. He needs to tell his daughter she needs to find employment instead of living off him. So he's always been very arrogant and is an easy mark because of his illiteracy. And that's been the problem all this time. And I think people have tried to warn Floyd, but he don't listen to him, because Floyd think that he knows people. He understands people, and he really don't. If he did, he wouldn't be suing the people around him. He's not suing strangers. Y'all understand this? He's not suing a stranger. He's suing people who have been close to him. That tells you all you need to know. Absolutely, we shouldn't put them on a pedestal. Absolutely. If you look at this Floyd Mayweather thing, if there's one thing that you're going to see, is that he, like others, should not be pedestalized, because these people are very flawed and very insecure, and it shows. It absolutely shows. Shout out to everybody that's here. Alex, that Erica Kirk story has been debunked. It's not a real story. Salute to everybody that's here. See. Yeah, that story has been debunked. Apparently, that's not a real story. Let's see. Let me see if I've gone on some things. Let's see. Any stories in my messages. Oh yeah, rapper Mystical got 20 years. Rapper Mystical, whose real name is Michael Lawrence Tyler, was sentenced to 20 years in prison in Louisiana after pleading guilty to a reduced charge of third-degree assault in connection to a 2022 case in Ascension Parish. Tyler, who's 55, entered the guilty plea earlier this year, avoiding a trial on more serious charges that originally include first-degree assault. I'm not going to say what that is. The case stemmed from allegations that a woman was assaulted at Tyler's home in Perryville, Louisiana, in July of 2022. Under the plea agreement, prosecutors reduced the charge to third-degree assault. A judge imposed a maximum. The judge gave him the maximum of 20-year sentence permitted under the agreement during the court hearing. Tyler has remained in custody without bond since his arrest in 2022. The plea agreement resolved the criminal case after several years of pretrial proceedings. The New Orleans-born rapper who's rose to prominence in the late 90s and early 2000s with the hit songs including Shake Your Ass and Danger, becoming one of the most recognizable artists associated with No Limit. He probably was like their biggest artist besides on No Limit, besides Master P himself. I think he was like the second, would be considered their second biggest artist, because he had more, I would say, success on his own, you know. The conviction marks the latest legal setback for Tyler, who previously served prison time following a separate battery conviction in 2003. With the sentence now imposed, Tyler is expected to remain in Louisiana state custody to serve his prison term. This guy has a reputation for assaulting women. Mystical has a reputation for taking it, man. This dude don't know. He no means no. This guy don't understand what no means no is. This guy is just known for taking it. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing, that's why the judge gave him the maximum. Judge said, you ain't getting out for the next 20 years. It's like, bro, you went to jail for that one time before. And then he said, and then he gonna go and do it again. Like, like keep the women away from this guy, man. Keep the women away from Mystical. Like, if you're a woman, don't go to his house. Well, he gonna be in jail for 20 years, so he ain't gonna be nobody gonna go. But how many times has Mystical done this and gotten away with it though? It was just that time in 2022 where Mystical was able to get away with it. And the judge gave Mystical the maximum. Because he looked at it and he saw the allegation, the fact that he had done time for this before. He wanted Mystical to stay in jail for as long as he could, And he could just go pay for it. Like, you can literally go and pay for it. Why do you have to assault these women, bro? No woman is safe around this guy. Y'all remember that video of the guy that got arrested and they were walking him out of a building in handcuffs, right? And there was a female police officer who opened the door, but she had her back turned to him. And she had her assets sticking out, right? When he passed her, he rubbed on her asset. He rubbed on her ass. Right? And they had to jack him up. And I think they would have whooped on him if it wasn't for them cameras being there. But the dude he was such a pervert at heart. He just couldn't help himself. He seen, he seen that butt and he just couldn't resist. He just couldn't resist. He just had to get a grab. I believe this happened in Florida. I remember seeing that video. I was like, wow. Like, he just didn't care. He in handcuffs, surrounded by all these police officers. But he saw an opportunity to grab that woman's ass, and he did that. That's Mystical. Mystical sees a woman, he just can't resist assaulting her. And that's why the judge made sure he got the maximum, the 20-year prison sentence, because he's not rehabilitated. He went to jail for this once, got out, and did it again. Now, it was like a gap in between, but we don't know how many times he may have done this during that time, and he just finally got caught. That's why I say, man, and there's other men like him. There are men like Mystical everywhere. There are men like Mystical everywhere. Men who have a heart of a degenerate, and they will do things because they have really bad impulse control. Since I guess the word of the week last week was impulse control. Well, Mystical has very bad impulse control. This guy has so much potential as an artist. People don't understand how much potential Mystical had as an artist. Mystical had a lot of potential. Just imagine if he wasn't a degenerate, where his career would be. Imagine where Mystical career would be if he wasn't a degenerate at heart and couldn't stop assaulting women. Minus any other legal issues he may have, right? I think he would still be relevant today because his rapping style was just so unique. He has such a unique rapping style that I think even today you would have artists working with him. You would still see him out there touring. But because he couldn't keep his hands off women, now he's going to have to spend another 20 in jail. And they're going to make sure he spend the majority of it, and there'll be no parole. But he had a lot of potential. He was the best. Yeah, he was the best No Limit Soldier. But he couldn't get out of his own way. I don't think he understood the talent he had. I don't think he understood it. No Limit just did a verses with Cash Money. Just imagine if Mystical was on stage with them. Now, I believe they won the verses without him, I believe. Yes, Silk was the worst. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Yep, ODB too. Imagine him on stage after verses against Cash Money. But he can't. He can't be that because he's too busy assaulting women. Like, if you needed that bad enough, just go and pay for it like all these other guys do. Go trick off. You know what I'm saying? Because you have a lot to lose, but these guys don't understand that they have a lot to lose. That's the worst part about it. They don't understand that they have a lot to lose. And they're willing to risk it. They're willing to risk it. And all that potential goes out the window. And now he's going to, because he's going to be in jail until what? How old is Mystical? Let me see how old Mystical is. I might have said it when I read the... Mystical is 55 years old. He gonna be in prison until he's 75 years old. Just imagine that. But even then, the streets ain't safe. Even at 75, you got to really watch the women around him. Yeah, he's 55. So even then, you know what I'm saying, people going to have to keep an eye on him. All the potential gone. It didn't have to be that way, but it's the way it is because Mystical just could not control himself. He couldn't do it. Impulse control. Everybody want to talk about impulse control over the last week or two. Well, this is a guy who definitely had bad impulse control. To the point to where he's going to be spending the next 20 years staying in prison until he's in his 70s. And that's where he should be, to be honest with you. Because if you, again, poor impulse control, that's where you need to be. That's where you need to be. But I've heard some things about them Louisiana artists. Not a lot, but there's some things going on down there. But that's my take on what's going on with Mystical. I think he absolutely earned that sentence. Salute to everybody that is here. Salute to everybody that's here, man. Make sure y'all like share if you haven't. We talked about Big Tigger. Let's see if there's anything else that I missed before. Let's see if I missed anything. See if I missed anything. So I'm just going through, trying to see. Just looking through. Give me a second, y'all. Shout out to the New York Knicks. Shout out to all my New York Knicks fans. The celebrating, like I love that for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I have family from New York, and to see all the New York fans out there celebrating this for the good and bad, because you got New York fans who was acting absolutely buffoonish during the playoffs, but the Knicks are such a storied franchise. Like I remember watching them, their teams back when, let's see, was it the late 90s? Let's see. I'm trying to make sure I have all these names right because I remember those Knicks teams. Under Jeff Van Gundy. Hold on, yeah, especially the 99 finals team. The 99 finals team. Let's see. They had all of them at the game. At the games. Let's see. This was such a great roster, man. Do y'all hear these names? They played against the Spurs. So they got their get back against the Spurs. Hold on, let me see. Oh, hold on. Oh, make sure I got this roster. Yep. That was, such a dominant Spurs team. That was Popovich at his best. They had Charlie Ward, Allen Houston, Latrell Sprewell, Larry Johnson, Patrick Ewing, Chris Childs, Kurt Thomas, Marcus Camby, Chris Dudley, Rick Brunson. Rick Brunson was on that team. Herb Williams, David Wingate, Ben Davis. I remember watching that team. I remember I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, Latrell was definitely a dog. Absolutely. Allen Houston was the silent sniper. The whole lineup was legendary. Rick Brunson's son. The thing is, that's the thing about it. Rick Brunson was a point guard on that team. His son, as a point guard for this current team, wins a championship, and he's right there with them. What's good, Devon? So I wanted to give a shout out to the Knicks because like I said, I remember that late '90s team. I saw them in the playoffs. I saw how tough they played, and all of the great players they had on that team. And then they lose to the Spurs like they did, and just to see how far they've come from that team to this current one, which mirrors that team a lot. It really does. But they had like that extra gear, you know? Rick Brunson is from Massachusetts, okay? But yeah, I wanted to say that before I ended the stream, but thank y'all for being here. Salute to the moderators, the channel members. Again, y'all can join the channel by clicking the join button. Also, follow me on all my socials. Y'all see it on the screen. Follow me on all my socials. Also, go to the Patreon. I spoke about MTR today versus the Dayton coaches. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe and check out the content I have there. I appreciate every single one of y'all. I really do. Thank y'all for being here. Make sure y'all like the stream if you haven't. Share the stream. Again, you can continue the conversation in the comments section. All right. All right, people. I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all take care and have a great rest of your night. All right.